说话吗？刚刚听的 N。我说你刚刚听到谁说话了？
Hi everyone, our live streaming will be started in 2 minutes. Hi, the live streaming will be start in 1 minute. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, this is Anigo from HSG Laser. Welcome to today's live broadcasting. We are at the scene of the Jinan new factories. It started operation on April the 17th. The total production area is over 8,000 square meters. And the annual production will up to 1,000 units. We have already set up a research and development team dedicated for medium and high laser cutting machines. And this new facility will serve the northern China and the overseas markets. And now let's go closer to get what we have here. For all your conveniences, I want to give a brief introduction about us. HSG Laser is a national high-tech enterprise which has been dedicated in metal forming equipment, sales, research, and manufacturing since 2006. Our research and development team has over 108 professionals to provide intelligent equipment and solutions for our users, including laser cutting machine, laser welding machine, bending machine, and automation equipment. Besides, we have 4 standardized manufacturing factories for over 80,000 square meters and 2 subsidiaries in Germany and Japan. Our service outlets can be found in over 100 countries and regions. In 2020, HSG Laser has sold 3,000 units all around the world. And now, please welcome our sales manager, Jeffrey, to show you around the new production plant and give you more details about our laser cutting machines. If you have any questions, just leave your messages below. Our customer service will help you immediately.
So hello everyone, here is Jeffrey, and today I'm going to introduce our new manufacturer base and showroom in Jinan for you. So come with me. So the area you are seeing now is our showroom in Jinan. You can have a look up here, and we have all the sheet cutting samples and tube cutting samples and bending samples, welding samples, all here. And I will show you some samples here. And firstly, let's have a look of this one. This is a typical part for the fitness equipment, and this is manufactured by our bevel tube laser cutting machine, TPS series. And you can have a close look of here. Here is the bevel part. And we are the first manufacturer in China to do the bevel laser cutting machine. And this is started from 2017. Up to now, we have already 4 years experience. And the sample you are seeing now is made by one machine without any welding junction. And you can see the accuracy here. So after cutting, you can directly use the part for manufacture. And here are more samples of the tube cutting for many industries, for different industries. For example, like this one. This is for some decoration industries. For home decoration, roadside decoration. Inside you will put a LED light, and that will be very beautiful. And like this one, for furniture industry, this is a rectangular pipe for furniture industry. This is also cut by our tube cutting laser cutting machine. And maybe you are seeing that the accuracy, because many people go for tube laser cutting machine with laser because of accuracy. So this is a part cut by our machine with one single pipe. You can see the accuracy, the joint part. And this is one pipe only. So this is the technology we have for the pipe cutting machine. And here are more pipes with bevel cutting like this one. You can take a look. So we can also cut this kind of pipes. The core advantage of HSG pipe laser cutting machine is whatever the material you can hold, you can cut it without any problem. So this is a core advantage. And another advantage is we have all the pipe cutting machines available in the market from 10 millimeter up to 426 millimeter. So here is a sample of 426 millimeter. This is cut by our TL series, TL500 series. This is for a very heavy industry. Actually, this machine has already been supplied to a very famous company called Sunny. And like this kind of heavy H-beam, you can cut for some basic constructions. That can be also cut by laser. Also, this machine will come with bevel cutting technology. So this is the highest end for heavy cutting machines. So this is all the things about our tube cutting samples. So after that, I will give you some introduction of our sheet cutting samples. So I will just take the sample randomly, like this one. This is a 20 millimeter mild steel. In China, we call it carbon steel. This is cut by a 12 kilowatt machine. So while it coming to the 12 kilowatts, there is one problem that many manufacturers will see. We can manufacture 12 kilowatts or even 20 kilowatts, or some company may say even higher power. But what is the use for that? That is used for production, for high speed, for high accuracy. So what is the limit for high power? It is a cutting technology. We call it cutting craft. For example, if you are using a 12 kilowatts, can you make the wall, the cutting wall, very thin? Like this is a 20 millimeter mild steel, and this is a 3 millimeter wall. So this is a very hard technology. Also, another thing is a sharp edge, because if you are cutting the sample, if you are cutting the material, high power means very high temperature, and the carbon steel will come to melting. So during melting, it will be difficult to keep the edge very sharp. But if you can control the laser beam in a very good way, you can get sharp edge. You can see this part. The edge is very sharp. Sorry, I'm not able to touch because it may hurt me. The edge is very sharp. So this is some of the technologies we can show about our sheet metal cutting machines. So while coming to high power, it also means high thickness. So here we also have some samples of high thickness, like 50 millimeter carbon steel, and this is also cut by a 12 kilowatt machine. And here all the samples are cut by 12 kilowatts, like 50 millimeter stainless steel. It's very heavy. I would like to show the back side of the sample. You can see the back side, there is no burr. So the cutting thickness, if the cutting thickness is very high, you can also cut and use directly. And also aluminum, 40 millimeter, 30 millimeter, is all cut by 12 kilowatt machines. And another thing you may be very familiar is our sample rack. The sample rack we are bringing to almost all the exhibitions all over the world, and also in China exhibitions. Let's have a look up here. So in this rack, we have showed almost a lot of samples of our sheet metal cutting and the pipe cutting. So from here, from the left side, is copper, from 1 to 12, and stainless steel, and brass, and carbon steel, aluminum. So this is all the metal we can cut for the sheet. And below that, there are some pipe cutting samples. Like the spring is also cut by one pipe. And also below here, like normal cutting, and that's everybody can do. We can leave it. And this kind of bevel cutting. The bevel cutting we have started 4 years back. So we have very rich experience in bevel cutting. And we are the first manufacturer to have bevel cutting laser cutting machine in China. So that is about our showroom. And after that, I would like to invite you to our factory. So this is a manufacturer base and showroom and demo room for the factory. We have an area of 8,000 square meter all over here. So here is part number 1, and later we will show you the part number 2. Part number 2 is a manufacturer, and here some demo machines are here. But 2 days back, we just had an opening ceremony, and we have brought a lot of machines, almost 8 machines for demonstration. But after that, that is all bought by the domestic customers, because Shandong, this manufacturer base is in Jinan, and Shandong province is also a big market for us. And this one is a sheet metal plus tube cutting metal machine. Is our JE series. And we are the first manufacturer to have the combo machine. This machine was started from 2014. And now we have invented the new generation of JE. That is, we call it JE Pro. That will be equipped with 1.5 kilowatt up to 6 kilowatt machine. Okay. And here is the fastest pipe cutting machine in China. This is our TS series. This machine we have installed many machines in China and also overseas. This machine speed is very high, but unfortunately is still under installation. The chunk rotation speed will come to 120 revolution per minute, and moving speed will be 120 meter per minute. And here is the auto loading part. We also have a very fast auto loading part. The automatic loading time will be 90 seconds. And you can also do the loading while cutting. So auto loading part is like a pallet changer for the tube cutting machine. So no time waste during loading and unloading. Okay, I think it's better to go to the factory and to see some real demos, because these machines are under installation. So let's go in this way. So as you can see, this factory is quite empty, but this part will be used very, very fast. So there is a big logo in the showroom. And here we also have the office for the domestic sales and domestic service for the North China part, because North China part is also a very big market, and many of our buyers are using the machines here. And the first, I believe the first 20 kilowatt we have supplied is in this province only. And we are going to enter the production part. And before that, please allow me to take the safety cap. Okay, let's go. Because safety is always the priority during production and during using the machine. So the first machine you are seeing is our GT series. I think we can have a overall look of the factory.我们可以看一下整体的厂区。So this is a manufacturer part of HSG in Jinan. It is not big, but it is okay. It is 8,000 square meter here, and with showroom, with manufacturer base for some lower power, medium power, and high power. So first machine we are going to show you is our GT series. GT series is published in last year, in 2020, and it is mainly designed for medium and high power. It is started from 6 kilowatts and up to 12 kilowatts. Now the machine you are seeing is a GT series 12 kilowatt machine. And this is G4020D. It means the machine size is 4 meter by 2 meter. Apart from that, we have more options like 6 meter by 2.5 meter and 8 meter by 2.5 meter, and even bigger size you can get it. 能开门吗？ So let's have a close look. So this machine is a fully covered fiber laser cutting machine with high power. And we can divide the machine into several parts. And I will give the introduction here. Like the first part we can talk is about our mechanical parts. Mechanical parts including the machine body and the gantry. Regarding the machine body, we are giving the plate welding body, but it is a very strong body. You can load up to 30, even 40 millimeter mild steel without any problem. And because it is high power, so we are giving the anti-burning plates below the body. It means because during cutting, if the power is very high, it also means the temperature is also very high. If the temperature is high, so some deformation will be there in the machine body. So we are giving the anti-burning plate to protect the machine body from heat deformation. And regarding the gantry, we are giving the 4th generation gantry. You can see it is very strong, but the light is very weak because the 4th generation gantry is made by aviation aluminum, and it is a 6 series aluminum. Actually, we have already used three types of gantry in the history. Like the first type of gantry we are using is casting iron. All the old companies, some old companies may still using casting iron, and the second generation we are using is casting aluminum, and again another craft of aluminum, and this is 4th generation gantry is aviation aluminum. So compared to the last generation, the weight is 30% less. So what you can achieve is with a lower power motor, you can get a very high acceleration and traveling speed. The advantage for you is you can save the electricity during using. So the using cost will be lower. That means more saving. And regarding the optical part, we are giving the this one is a Rico's laser source, and mostly we are giving is IPG laser source. We have two options, and most important is a laser head. 能开一下那激光头吗？可以，打开对吧？对，打开。那展示一下激光头。So the laser head you are looking is totally from HSG Japan, because as Anigo site we have two R&D center. One is HSG Japan R&D center. Another is HSG Germany, and HSG Japan mostly is focused on the optical parts, like the laser head and even the laser source, and in the future. And our Germany subsidiary mainly will introduce the operating system. And this laser head have some advantages, like the shape of the beam will change during cutting. So in the normal laser head, you can choose from two options. Like if you are choosing the focal is 200, then you can get a good finishing in the high thickness. If you are choosing the focal like 150, you can get a high speed in the lower thickness. But with this laser head, you can get a good finishing in the high thickness and also high speed in the low thickness, because the shape of the beam will be adjusted according to the thickness. So this is a very high-tech advantage, a technology developed by HSG Japan. And another part developed by HSG is the operating system. This system, the name of this system is RBRT. It is a bus system and integrated with nesting function. Maximum 500 parts you can nest at one time. Also, it is connected with HSG Cloud. It means if you have any problem or any question during using the software, you can get in touch with us by HSG Cloud. And it is also, the port is also open for MES, that is prepared for your future factory. So shall we start cutting? We can do a trial here. 这是20的是吧？ So we are now the engineer is going to cut a 20 millimeter mild steel for us. So the glass you are looking is also laser proof glass. It is OD6. There are some LED lights during cutting. There is for the temperature and whether the protective glass is clean, and even the sensors. You can see this laser head, the bottom part is very strong, because we have added a cooling part for the bottom parts at the bottom, because in the bottom many sensors are there. If the cooling is not good, then the sensor will not work. So let's have a look at the first sample. Sorry. 这个壁厚是多厚？壁厚2毫米。So this wall thickness is 2 millimeter. This is a very good sample with shining cutting. So like this kind of sample, if you are taking this machine, that will be your daily production samples. And while designing the machine, they are considering many factors, not only the cutting, also about the safety and about the exhaust. You can see the whole machine is very beautiful. And here, you can see this part. It's in the backside part of the machine. We have added one part as a pallet changer. You can see this is a 这可以用哈，你能操作一下吗？ This is upside in, and this is down in. Oh. So during loading and unloading, there will be a risk. If the pallet changer control is in the front side, then if somebody is loading or unloading here, the front side people cannot see the back side, so some risk will be there. But if we are designing in this part, the operator can see whether there is people here during loading and unloading. So the safety will be better, even though the cost is higher than the front side pallet changer. But the safety is a priority we are considering. Huh? Oh. And this is about safety. Oh. You can have a look about the pallet changer. So here is a part, the electrical door. During pallet changing, the door will open, and after pallet changing, the door will close to make it fully protected. That is also good for the dust exhausting. So this part is very, very nice. And another thing is after the pallet changing, people may do loading and unloading at the backside pallet. But while the backside pallet is doing loading and unloading, there is a risk from the in the front pallet. If the people are moving in the back pallet, like this, if somebody is standing here, moving the parts, and the front pallet may be also shaking. So all the parts you are cutting, the accuracy may be changed. So for that, we have made a cool pin like this in the back pallet to lock the pallet, to lock the back pallet, like this one. And here is one, here is one. So two locks we are putting here to make sure there will be no change in accuracy during the front pallet cutting. And this kind of lock, there is 6 numbers in the front pallet. And the next one we are going to show is the dust removal. 我们看一下抽风。Because in the high power, if you are cutting the heavy thickness material, especially carbon steel, the dust will be very huge. And if the dust is huge, there will be many risks. Because in the laser head, there are many sensors. And if the sensor is polluted, it will not work good. Sometimes the sensor may be also, if the sensor is not working, laser head may come directly to the blade work table. 这个一切就有抽风是吗？
对，打开，一般切都打开。
哦。
现在这上面已经打开了，可以看到顶上的那个。
And this machine comes with a positive protective. The upside wind will come down to below the upside dust till the downside, and during cutting, the downside smoke will be exhausted from the butterfly valve. 切一下看看吧。对，切一下看一下抽风的效果。So during the cutting, you can see if the 20 millimeter cutting, there will be many dust. So we can see what will be the dust in HSG laser. The same drawing. So you can hardly see any dust there. You can take a close look. All the dust during cutting will be exhausted from the below pallet. So during cutting, the whole working area will be very clean. And you can see the upside. Upside is also very clean. Even after using for some time, it will be also very clean like this. In some companies, they will make the machine inside also white color. But after 2 months, it will be all gray color. So that is the difference. And that is also good for the users, also for the operators. Because if the dust removal is not good, then the whole factory will be very dirty. At least looks very dirty. And it is not good for the operators and the people working with this machine. And here is a manufacturing plant of the Jinan factory. And some of the machines are manufacturing here, like the second generation GC model. It is a single pallet open model. And some of the closed pallet models, like GE model. We have the GE model is the most popular model in HSG. Almost 7,500 numbers, 7,500 numbers GE model have been supplied all over the world. So here is also a GE model going to finish. You can see the wires. It is very clean. And we have made a lot of small decorations inside the machine, like the industrial personal computer, because during the loading, unloading, transportation, it may shake. So we are giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points to put the computer here, so that there will be no shake, and the computer will work very stable. And apart from that, you can see the wire for the dust exhaust fan. The diameter of this part is 300 millimeter. It is very big and very huge. And here, this part is almost the GE model. GE model, we also have some different sizes, from 3 meter by 1.5 meter to 4 meter by 2 meter, 6 meter by 2 meter, 6 meter by 2.5 meter available, and maximum 8 meter by 2.5. And this one is a 4 meter by 2 meter, also under installation. Here also some basic machines, 3 meter by 1.5 meter. This is a second generation of GE model. And now we have already published its upgraded version. We call it GE Pro. GE Pro, we can quote from 1.5 kilowatts up to 6 kilowatts. Also with very high speed, 1.5 G acceleration, 140 meter per minute traveling speed that you can test. because Jinan is a very miracle city. Many companies will see they have 1.5G acceleration. But if you are seeing our machine traveling speed and their machine traveling speed, there will be a difference. So what seeing is believing. Okay, so here is also some basic beds. This is a machine body of GE model. So the whole machine body is also plate welding body. So the machines which is manufacturing in this plant will be mostly serving the North China customer and overseas customer like Russia customer and some customers which is in the north part, which is close to north part of China. So you can see this is the number 4 manufacturer base of HSG laser. HSG first manufacturer base is in Foshan City, and the second manufacturer base is in Puxiang, and the third one is in Suzhou, and the fourth one is in Jinan. So we are building the factories in north part of China, middle part of China, south part of China to serve the customer locally. And in many overseas countries, we also have some local services. Like for example, in India, we are working with our local distributor from 2014. Up to now, it's already been 7 years. And there is a team of over 30 people for the service. Sorry. So to be close with customer is always good. So customer can enjoy your quality and customer can enjoy your service because what customer is buying is a good machine. A good machine which can run every day without problem. And if there is a problem, there should be people that can do service for your machine. So all the 4 factories we are having is covering an area of 100,000 square meters. So today this is a very short introduction about our Jinan showroom, and let's welcome Anigo.
Thank you very much for Jeff's excellent introduction about HSG laser and our laser cutting machines. If you still have any questions, don't hesitate to leave your messages below. Our customer services will help you immediately. If you can also visit our official website, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or LinkedIn. We are appreciated for your subscribes. Thanks for today's watching, and we're gonna see you soon. Bye.